Okay, folks, good news is I was able to find some new armor for myself. Our core master had some light armor. It's not tier 10, but it's still better than what we currently had. So we're now going to pursue Cerberus. And we're going to check back with him pretty much every single time. Now, I sold a lot of our useless gear to the core master as well, and the result is we have maximum money. We capped out our money, folks. It's all 9s. I didn't think we would hit that. We would actually hit that number, but we did. You know what? Let's use Shepard's apartment. You know, we are bound to get tier 10 light armor at this point. And the weapons and armor you get from Shepard's apartment is random, but it's guaranteed to be tier 10. And that's the thing, folks. We're guaranteed it to be tier 10. So, now, unfortunately, I can't really see, as you can see here, I can't really see the slots. So, we have the medical exoskeleton there, but we can also put in the, okay, no, that's smash damage, so that's useless to us. That would be something from more like Garrus. What I would be looking for would be medical interface. But, like, as you can see there, like, we're not getting much of it. Okay, that's the... No, that's what I already have. I have the 10 version of that. So, yeah, we're going to mark all this to be sold. Everything tier 9 is going to get marked to be sold. I guess I'll just put in the shield interface for just the extra health, because I suppose I don't need all that health regeneration. Okay, as for grenades, we have cryo explosive, we have fusion, we have high explosive, which increases the radius and whatnot. So yeah, let's go with high explosive. And again, once again, everything tier 9 and below is being marked to be just got rid of. So now onto the weapons. As you can see, we have lots of high explosive rounds because of this, but what we did in the past. We have some snowblind ammo, which will reduce enemies' rate of fire and such. But again, everything tier 9 and below, we are marking to be sold. Yeah, like, we had so many upgrades, folks. And this is just the ammo upgrades. Now, unfortunately, I can't sell these at the moment because, as you can see, like, look at all those 9s, folks. I literally cannot sell this gear. If I sold this gear, I would get nothing. Actually, you know what I will do? I'll just scrap it. You know, I'll just scrap everything, and then we'll have a completely 100% fresh start. Anything that's not tier 9, or like, we're just gonna scrap for Omnigel, and we will just see what we have left. There we go. So convert all the junk. So there we go. Alright, folks, we got rid of everything that is not tier 10. And as you can see, we have maxed out money. We scrapped everything for Omnigel, which we only really use to upgrade, to do repairs on our vehicle. So right now we are just going to spam this and hopefully get some armor that's even better than what I currently have. Everything from this one Pacific merchant should be tier 10. Unfortunately, there's no way to speed this up in any regards. I'm doing everything I can. I'm button mashing A, and then once I get the transmission bit, yeah. Okay, sorry folks, if you hear me, acknowledge something in my ear, it's it's because I have a person watching live as I record this. Okay, you can actually, I do not like that actually, so I am going to actually switch this over so you guys can't actually see their name, because I just realized their name was popping up for some reason. Normally it doesn't, but for some reason it was popping up there. So I'm just going to quickly mask this. There we go. Alright, so let's see. What did we get? So far, we've gotten a Spectre classed assault rifle. We also got 2 Get pulse rifles, which can be modded. That's the difference. We got a shotgun, 2 pistols, biotic implant. Really? That is ridiculous, folks. Look at this. Apparently, the tier 10 light armor for the Explorer is weaker than our current armor by a significant amount. It's minus 10 tech / biotic protection, less than 145 shields, and the damage protection is not even half. What the ever living hell. So I guess we are wearing the best gear money can fucking buy. As you can see, folks, we almost spent half our money. Let's see, in terms of upgrades, we got, I think, about the same amount of armor upgrades we already had. We got way more high explosive rounds, which is really the only type of ammo we can get, actually, from this. We have way more kinetic coils, Scram X's, and frictionless, which is typically what you would get from this vendor. But yeah, no. I'm curious, does this person actually sell the lower tier? Let's see. Strangely enough, I'm not. Okay, we only had 10 gear, and I just bought. There we go. I knew it. I bloody knew it. So yeah, they do. So yeah, purchasing from this merchant gets us, a lower tier gear. Obviously it makes sense when you really think about it, but no. Okay, so Shepherd's merchants here are not the way to go. I don't know what's with that armor, folks. I honestly do not know why this tier 10 armor is weaker than a tier 9 by if one stat was much higher than the others, it would make sense. It should not. The gap should not be this much. So I honestly don't know. Alright, let's go deal with Cerberus, and I guess then I will. I'm actually just pretty happy with the armor I have right now, actually, folks. So like, I would hazard a guess that we're probably, at this point, we're probably invincible, except by just sheer numbers at this point. So, yeah, I'm just going to focus on just doing missions at this point. The only reason why I would go back to the Citadel is to see if I can trigger any more Conrad stuff, but other than that, we're done. Like, all that's really left is side missions. Well, side missions and main mission, obviously. So yeah, we're pretty much done. And obviously, there's my cable being caught in my little step exercise machine there. Alright, let's spin the wheel. Unfortunately, folks, with me now masking my private viewer's identity, you can no longer see the spinning wheel. But I will always call them out, and hopefully you will just trust me that these are the people I'm getting. Because of course I would not bring Ashley as much if it wasn't because of the spinning wheel. So next up is Caden. To be followed by... Oh, is this going to be Tally or is it going to be Ash? It's Tally. It was... the momentum went way down there at the end. So, okay. So Caden and Tally, Biotic and Tech Strength. Both of them provide tech, but Caden provides extra biotic powers to our squad. Even though, unlike him, I'm a pure biotic. So let's see. Oh, we have some level ups. So let's see here. Yeah, let's max out his Tro. Max out his... Oh, we can max out Barrier. Okay. Alright, and we'll bring up the map. There's the research facility. Oh, there's 3 research facilities we need to go to. So we'll go to this debris first, and then we'll work our way down. Also, I just want to remind the person who's probably watching, you do not need to have your mic muted, because I do have it set up so that
Tally, why do Quarians wear those suits all the time? Is it a cultural thing?
No, living in the clean environment of the flotilla has weakened our immune systems. The environmental suits protect against diseases.
Oh, well, I'll try not to sneeze.
Go. Next up, we'll then head to the research facility. I like this type of environment, folks. Like, there are some mountains, but like, alright, I think you would argue that would be a hill. But yeah, no, like, you can easily still traverse it as opposed to that. Oh, just put my head in it, dude. Actually, folks, I'm looking at the time now, folks, and I should really mute my mic because my little sibling is actually asleep. Oh, I'm being shot. Little bunny hop to avoid missing there. And there's another turret. Nope. That's me. Alright, so I'm just going to park here, folks, and then I'll mute my mic. Actually, folks, I'm going to unmute my mic real quick because I do want to comment on one thing that's been bugging in the back of my head. Now, when I was covering Dragon Age 2, folks, I talked about how the game was very rushed, and that's why they had to keep reusing cells, right? For all the dungeons and stuff like that. And that's why a lot of the environments, especially the cave systems and, you know, basement systems, looked very much samesies. Now, this is the same thing as we're seeing in Mass Effect. Now, funny enough, they're both BioWare games. Now, I like the way BioWare disguised it, because what we're in right now is obviously a prefabricated building. And the way the prefabricated buildings generally work is they're designed to link up with others, you know, like very effortlessly. Now, obviously, the downside is they would be very much, unless you purposely went inside and painted the walls differently, then you would obviously get, like, they would obviously look the same. Like, all the doors would look the same. And again, because we're underground, when they have these window sections, they just have to put dirt. We're underground, just put dirt. And the same goes for the ceilings. Now, we have seen some of these type of structures above ground, and in that case we do see some terrain, but for the most part we see these things underground. And it's a great way of saving time, because again, because prefabricated buildings exist in real life, we can technically just ignore that we're looking at like a shortcut that the game developers did to, I don't know if that was the reason. I don't know if they pushed or anything like that, but it's sort of cool that we're seeing a clever use. Oh my god, a strange bug happened. Actually, it's not really a bug, it's just an annoyance of the AI tracker. Because I decided too early or whatever, or too far, too quickly, the team cannot keep up, so it closed in front of them, and they will not open the door. See? It is an extremely annoying process of their AI, because their AI will refuse to open doors. Now, luckily enough, in more modern games, that's not an issue. They will open doors. But it leads to go. There's still one guy left. Right, Tron against the wall. And there we go. But yeah, so essentially this is all done to save time.
Looks like Cerberus has other bases on this world, Commander.
And it's like it's done to save time and also money and resources, because instead of handcrafting every single environment, instead they can just be like, okay, we already have a bunch of these like rooms and hallways pre-made, we're just going to connect when it comes to the 3D modeling section of the game, we're just going to connect them up. And you even see that now with some companies for D&D, where they will sell you either, you know, flat maps, which you then just connect on the table, or they will even sell like the special 3D printed codes for modular dungeons, where like these very generic looking plastic walls and all that are designed just so that you can quickly set up a dungeon. But you know, I still think it's just very interesting that like, because of prefabricated buildings existing in real life, you can turn a blind eye to seeing in a game like Mass Effect, Now, obviously, unfortunately, with Dragon Age 2 being rushed, they tried to do the same thing. It's there, but because, again, it's a fantasy setting, like, it's much more on the nose. Okay. I just wanted to get that comment out of it, because again, you're going to see, we're going to go into this facility, folks. It's going to be the exact same type of building. Like, maybe the layout will be different. And it's just, again, it's just, like, here we go. See? The furniture layout, oh my god, they're already, one of them's already caught behind the door. Caden? Ah! Caden! Get in here. Okay, so, there we go. Okay, this is so far as the exact same layout. Then there's the hallway. Okay, yeah, it's a very similar room. Make sure they're both in. Come on, you asshole. There you go.
I can't make it.
Tally. Get in here. Okay.
Kill them all.
There's... So there's that purge that went on.
Gotta make sure that.
You hide behind it. Go.
Look out!
All that's left now is to disable the shield and to kill these husks.
I wonder what Cerberus horrors will find at the next base.
That we are done. On to the next research facility. But yeah, again, folks, just it's going to be the exact same way. The interior, like, again, it's a clever tactic that video game companies do. With some games, it's a bit more obvious than others. That's all I wanted to point out.
Are you okay, Talon? It looks like you got some dirty looks back there.
Many think less of Quarians for traveling in the flotilla and for creating the geth. They see us as scavengers, little better than thieves.
Forget that. Anyone that ignorant isn't worth listening to anyway.
Level up!
Not without an airlift. I can't make it.
Rally round.
Enemy contact! I will destroy you!
Gotta make sure that doesn't happen again.
Damn. It's the Admiral.
Cerberus must have tracked him down.
One last stop to make, Commander. We owe Kahoku that much.